PTC Creo Parametric Lesson 7, Part 3. We're going to cover family tables in the last portion of this lesson. With the model active, this is the complete design model. We've gone through the steps to create the casting, and then we added the machined surfaces. Instead of modeling to the exact size, we actually modeled larger, and then we added the cut features. Now we're going to see why we did that. We can go over here to the Tools tab and Family Table, and we're going to create a family table. Now, we're going to click on the dialog for the family items, and we're going to select the features that we want on this table. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the cut surface on the bottom. The sequence doesn't really matter. Then the next top here, and then the cut here. So I have my three cuts. I didn't have to hold down my control key. Now, if I wanted to put the hole and the chamfers in there, and on this side I would put the other hole. So all the items I want as far as features are going to be on this table. And let's say dimension. Let's see what we have for dimension. Let's say we want to have this dimension. No, let's see. Okay, let's put the 5 dimension on there. P3. And we can put the 2 diameter dimensions on there if we want. And that should be good enough for as an example here. Click OK and expand it out so we see everything. And this is the generic. So if we click in here, 2 ways to do this. We can just hit enter. It'll put a new one on there. And let's type in design or machined part, and then hit enter again, and this one casting or workpiece, whichever word you want. If you hit again, it's going to put another field in there, and you'd have to delete it. You can also insert instance rows using this method from the drop down. So this is showing everything on here. Let's in fact, let's do one more anyway. And let's just put altered. That's something different. So, oh, it didn't change. Yeah, and I hit enter. So here's the problem. Every time you hit enter, it's going to put a new row in there. So I'm going to delete that row. Okay. So I have four choices here. I can change them to the common name also. I just changed the instance name. So yes means Y, means these are all the things available on the model right now. And on the design model, we also want the same thing. So we can leave that little asterisk. On the casting, let's turn off some of them. Now, in reality, if you shut off these 3, then you shouldn't have to worry about these. And the reason is because these 3 are attached to that surface. Now, if you wanted to go in there, you could turn them off. On the final version here, let's make a couple changes. No, let's put the hole, turn off the hole. And the chamfer is attached to the hole, so if the hole's gone, chamfer's gone. And in this case over here, let's go to a larger size. .8, 2. Let's go 2.5. So that'll give it a little bit of a difference. I hit enter, by the way, and it gave me another instance. So don't worry about this one down here. The only thing bad about this table is every time you hit enter, it puts something on there. So we can click on OK. Or before I do that, actually, if I click on the casting, I can open that. Let's see what I get. So here's my casting. The features have been suppressed, And because we suppressed the surface cuts, cut here and cut on the other side, and here, the holes went away. Let's try another one. Let's try the altered version. See what that gives us. All right, you can see it's much longer than before. 7 inches. You can see the diameter has changed. And you can see the diameter here is 2.5. Because we got rid of the cuts. By getting rid of the cut down here too, it got rid of all the holes. So even though we said we didn't want to get rid of all the holes, we accidentally did. So you can have as many variations of this as you want. Obviously, this is something that's good for making standard parts. You're not going to remodel everything. You're going to make one and make a family table. There can be thousands of iterations in this. Now, I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to close the window. And I'm going to open up this part. Now, something different happens. It says, which instance do you want? You want the design, the generic. Usually you work in the design, in the casting, or in the altered one. So it's going to ask you right in the beginning which one you want to open. And again, normally you'll work in the design or the generic, and it'll propagate through the other ones. This concludes Lesson 7, Part 3.